farmer, friend, singer-songwriter, Lyal Strickland.
And that's farmer, friend, and jack of all trades, Chris Horn.
And we're those Tastebudguys.
All right, and everybody hates me until you ask them, and then they're like, no, I hate guys. But yeah, I got tickets to their show.
Yeah.
Hey guys, welcome back. Thanks for joining us one more time. Sorry if you had to hear all that rant. I don't know where Lyal come in. Nickelback, Dave Matthews.
I'm just going to drop it in the middle somewhere.
I don't know if we love them or not, or we hate them or whatever's going on, but better than Hoser. That's what I'm saying.
I like Hosier, but I know you don't. You've had a deep hatred. It's why I don't.
You know that too, depending on where you dropped in on this conversation.
I don't mention his name around you.
You know what I do like?
What? Tequila?
I like tequila.
But you like Hochatown.
You always forget that we have people
a beautiful
that we have to,
sponsor.
yeah,
with
partnership
beautiful
with
liquor.
people that we have to do stuff for, enjoy doing stuff for. Anyhow, Hochatown. Yeah, man, we'd love to call these guys out. We want to keep calling them out here on the studio. We want you guys to go out and check them out. We genuinely love their product. We drink them. If you notice, the bottles on the back shelf keep going down and down and down. And as soon as they're empty, these go to the back shelf. They start going down, and they'll bring us some more to set up here.
There's one
and look
that's
pretty.
not going to go down.
Okay, there is one.
There's that single barrel that is
savory.
I can't tell you how markedly different that is. And
It is.
It took
I mean,
something.
Blue isn't wrong.
Took something that was good to something that was like legendary, like holy grail status.
I know.
And he told us, he's like, this is where it's headed, and it's delicious.
I'm also doing this thing that we did not plan because I just found us laying in the floor,
Oh.
but we haven't called these guys out like since our lives from 2 years ago. But I just found us laying here, and I'm just like, hey, Jennings meat. It's really freaking good. We genuinely also like their stuff.
That's some delicious.
They don't pass nothing, but their stack sticks are amazing.
Yeah.
And I seen that laying here on the counter. I guess somebody using their cozy the other day, and I was just like,
Missouri.
you know what? I'm going to call them out because we haven't done it since lives, like since 2020 or something.
They were damn delicious. Missouri brand, right?
They are Missouri brand.
So
They are up by where I just drove past them the
Columbia
other day.
or somewhere, right?
No, that's not that. I just drove past them the other day. I can't remember what town that was. Down here, I'll look. You could talk about.
Yeah, so we're doing a tequila today, a Blanco, I believe. Is this a Blanco? Reposado.
No, it's not a
Or
ball.
Reposado.
Oh, I don't know.
Don't
Where
listen to me.
I'll have to think about it. You have to Google it.
That makes sense. I think the Blanco bottle is white. I think so. That makes sense. All right, this is kind of a celebrity tequila again.
No, it is definitely a celebrity tequila.
This is a guy. Do you say Fieri or Fieri?
Well, I heard him say Fieri, so.
Okay. Well, I feel like that's the right way.
But
to
I
say
say Fieri.
it. I say Ferrari is probably the Ozark.
Ferrari is wrong. I hear him say Fieri. I always say Fieri, and I'm probably always going to say Fieri, but I think it is Fieri.
So
Fieri.
it's our
But doesn't it's
Flavortown
not just
cousin
him, is it?
because we're close to Branson.
This is not just him, is it?
It's Sammy Hagar as
It's
well.
yeah, okay.
Which is the original like Cabo Wabo
Right.
guy.
Because he sold out in Cabo, and now he's
Which,
on this.
God, why wouldn't you? I mean, nobody made a ton of money. I hope he did.
I hope he did.
Yeah.
Good on him.
Okay, so
I'm saying
all
Van
fairness-
Halen albums are probably not selling that well right now.
80s are back.
80s are back.
I've had all of these,
I have not.
but I've only had them in the liquor store taking samples.
I take it back. I may have sampled this with Tyler the day, which Tyler gave us this bottle. We should absolutely say
Yes.
that. I may have had this with Tyler that night. I almost positive. Actually, I think we both did. I was pretty drunk. I don't remember anything about it. So this is going to be like trying it brand new for me.
I've had
Also,
good shot. Bottle shot.
does it look like it's going to make it? Did it work well? Did it work?
I think
It
so.
looks like it works.
I think so. I don't know. Who knows?
All right.
We got to
That's
get a
the bottle
bigger.
you're looking for.
We got to get a bigger monitor. That's the problem. We can't tell when it works because the monitor's so small.
And I'm blind.
Me too. I've tried all of these at a liquor store, just samples, but it's never won me over enough to buy a
Is
bottle.
it Santo or Santa?
Santo.
Okay.
But
All right.
tonight it smells kind of nice.
I was going to say, I don't remember what it was before, but I actually really like this.
Now there's the next port out of this that's been resting a little bit.
Yeah, it was right here at the shoulder whenever we started. And to be fair, I've had a couple glasses of whiskey before this. Well, I had a couple mixed drinks before this.
That takes tequila to a whole new level.
Well, I know, but I don't want to come in here and just be like, this is the first drink of the night. It
That's
smells horrible.
So here's the kicker. It doesn't smell as sweet as I usually expect repos to be. This smells like a great Blanco to me.
I'll be honest with you, I'm trying to find something negative to say about the nose on it right now, and I'm not finding anything. It actually smells
Not a lot of color.
really,
well.
it's very clear. It smells really pleasant. It's slightly sweet, mildly peppery. It's not even as boozy as vodka.
Yeah.
It's really pleasant.
You're spot on all of that.
There is,
It's softer.
let's reach and say there is a slight funk odor if you really try to find it. But I mean, you probably could say that with every tequila you find if you really want to look for it. So,
I think
all right.
I'm going to take another sip.
They hid the funk in the taste.
I'm going to take another sip. And I think I'm not saying it's bad. I think I've pegged why I never picked it up before. Let's see if you come up with the same thing or not.
First sip was just extreme pepper for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to go with the second one because I don't have a lot of notes off that first sip. And I really took a big sip. I really made sure to get it everywhere. It's not like my little tasting sip. But again, I did that because I've had some other drinks prior.
So the pepper is pronounced.
I agree.
I know exactly what my tasting notes are on this. I'm just curious if they match up.
Okay. Mine, I don't hate it. Let me just put that out there.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
what I'm going to say doesn't sound amazing, but I don't hate it.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
There is a slight funk, but mostly what I noticed about it is there's an absence of funk. There's an absence of everything with it.
Mm-hmm.
It really has the pepper notes up front. It goes away very quickly. It ends with this there's no sweetness that I've really found in that. Ever so slightly, just kind of my gums and my lips still have the burn going on. Tip of my tongue has a little bit of a burn. Everything back is kind of gone, almost numb. It's just gone. The most appropriate thing I could compare it to is, if you ever had the knockoff Starbursts.
Knockoff Starbursts.
Yeah, they just taste like unflavored wax or very temporary flavored wax. That's
like
what
high
this.
chews?
What?
Like high chews?
I don't want high chews.
And my wife eats high chews like crazy. I think they're called high chews.
Give your wife a raise, look at your Starburst.
Anyways,
Keep her down.
yeah, they're just like a knockoff Starburst. You know, where you get the things and it's like they have a hint of flavor, like a LaCroix candy. They have a hint of flavor, but there's no flavor, and the wax kind of
like a flavor fart.
Yeah, it's more like a colored candy that don't have flavor. That is kind of what I associate that with. It just really didn't have a lot of oomph behind it. Now, was it bad? No. There was nothing offensive about it.
Mm-hmm.
There was nothing deep about it. Probably wouldn't want to do this just as a standalone neat drink.
Yeah.
I don't feel like that is something I would thoroughly enjoy. But as a shooter, as a mixer, not horrible. Where'd you land on it?
So, price point, I think it's too pricey for a mixer, unless you...
I don't even remember what it cost.
It's in the 40-ish, I think, range.
I'd use a $40 mixer.
I'd use it.
But I like my tequila a little better.
Personally, there's other $40 bottles that I would like to use as a mixer that I'd also like to drink in glass. No, not that I think this is bad, but here's what I think of this. I agree with every one of your tasting notes except for that weird fucking off-brand Starburst thing that I've never had. You may be spot on, and I've just never had it.
It's getting hotter the more I drink it, but there's not flavor coming through. It's just more alcohol.
If tequila wanted to be a Chardonnay, that's what this is to me. It has a very tannin-esque quality to it. It's dry and peppery with just a little bit of sweetness, but the sweet hits with a sour bitter note almost at the same time.
Well, I really identify with that. That hit home with me.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, take the pepper away. You're really on that.
Chardonnay with pepper.
Yeah, unoaked and without.
Yeah, it's wine-like, which is kind of interesting for tequila. I can't say that there's any other tequilas that I would put in this category. Save
It's called Soto.
save the Cadigo Rosa.
Oh, but I didn't like that.
But it had a wine-esque quality, as it damn well should. It was rested in wine barrels. But I can't think of another tequila that has that kind of soft, earthy, tannin-esque
So
quality.
here's the
to it.
pluses about it. It
Yeah.
doesn't taste cheap. It doesn't taste
Yes,
like
fair.
it's some kind of
Mixed
chemically
bullshit.
mixed, made up. Yeah, mixto.
Additives. I don't think there's. It doesn't taste like there's additives in there. There may be,
There may be.
but boy, it's not sweet enough to.
On the same note, I have a little respect for Guy, and I kind of feel like maybe he would not
Oh,
do
surely.
something. But I don't know. I don't know that. I don't
But if
know
you
that.
look at this, and I mean, guys, if you know that this has additives, let us know, because the sweetness isn't there to just
Right.
red flag it. The color isn't there to just red flag it.
So I want to go back to that here in just
The
a second.
oakiness isn't
It's light.
there, and it's also not very like oily gel-like with the glycerol that you can
The
get sometimes.
pluses
I think
to
this
it,
might be additive free. I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it's not.
Yeah, and by the way, NOM 1107, which we did not say earlier. Obviously, if you listen for that, you know that already. I like that it's peppery. I like that it's forward with the heat.
Yeah.
I like that it's smooth.
Mhm.
I like that it smells pleasant. Price point I don't hate. Now having had it again, I wish it was like $10 cheaper.
Yeah, $30 would be a steal. Which, who
The
knows?
downside to it,
Maybe it is, and I've just forgotten.
the downside to it is that it doesn't really have anything to talk about. It's very, very neutral in spirit.
Yeah.
Neutral in flavor, which might be great for adding. This would go well with lime and salt. I mean, you would really taste the lime and salt. It would really go well with anything you wanted to make.
Lime and salt, also known as Lyle's favorite margarita. Tequila, lime, and salt.
It's funny. 3 or 4 years ago, he's like, I hate tequila. You just shoot it with lime and salt. That's nasty.
It's true.
But
yeah.
I think that's where I stand. It's not bad. It's fine. I don't know that this is a tequila I would serve anybody out of the gate. I would
Yeah.
have to hone in on this if they was like, after several tries both directions, this is too sweet, this is too hot, well,
Yeah.
come down to it. Now, that being said,
It's unique.
dropping back to what you just said about the color,
Yes.
and here's where I think the rub against it is I don't think it's been aged long enough.
Yeah.
I think if this had sat in a barrel a little bit longer, I think it's just touched a barrel is what I think.
A Blanco's up to 3 months, right? 1 to 3 months. Repo is 3 to 12. Añejo's, is that right? Or is it?
I don't think a Blanco's ever been in a barrel.
Oh, so maybe Repo's 1 to 3.
Yeah, Repo is like, it's been in a barrel up to
3 months.
12 months. At 12, you're in an Añejo. That's beats
Oh,
1 year.
3 to 12. Is it not 3 to 12?
I don't know.
We'll have to go back and watch.
I don't know.
our
I
own
thought it was
damn episodes.
in a barrel. I just rested in a barrel at some point. I don't think there was a minimum age on it. I could be wrong.
Regardless, I agree with you. There's not a lot of color here, and
Yeah, I feel like between
it
the color and the
shows-
flavor, I think lends to the
it
fact
shows
that
in the
it's
depth
just.
of flavor. Yeah.
I'm gonna throw this up one more time. I'm gonna put my phone behind it because I don't know. Boop, boop, boop. That is somebody that has just drunkenly texted me something that I texted them 2 hours ago and they've forgotten they've already responded. Well, shoot to the other side camera. There it is. And maybe you guys can see a little bit about how thin that is. I don't know if you can or not. Maybe a bit at this side. Anyhow, that either worked or it didn't, but it's pretty clear. It don't have a lot of gold color to it. It's very light.
It's the difference.
I suspect that's why it tastes.
It's the
white.
difference between white gold and silver in terms of color. Like white gold looks
Oh, that's fair.
silver until you see it with silver.
Yeah,
And you go, that is not silver.
yeah, that's white.
All right. All in all, decent bottle. I'm not going to be disappointed
Yeah.
to have this on my shelf. I'm probably not necessarily going to seek it out because
If I was missing something, it's a nice looking bottle. It's colorful.
yes,
I would put it on there,
the
and
bottles are cool. The
and I
wood is-
know the way we presented this, it doesn't sound that good. Trust us, it's not that bad either. So
Yeah, no, I think this is in the middle. This is not one of my favorites, and I drink my favorites fast enough that I don't need extra bottles.
Right. Yeah, I think that's true. That's true. But if you've had too much that's too sweet and you don't like the extra oakiness and the barrel flavors in them,
Yeah.
And you lean towards the Blancos, this might be something that you want to check out.
This wine and vodka drinkers.
Yeah.
Moving to tequila, I think this is up their game.
Okay.
So
I think that's fair.
until next time.
Whether it's the Guy Fieri reference that you just wish you could come up with right now. Wish he was here.
The flavor town you reside in.
Is that? Can we say that?
What?
Say Flavor Town.
like
Can we say
trademark-
Flavor
trademark?
Town? Is that trademark?
The flavor town you reside in.
Flubber. Flubber.
Cheers! Grab a buddy and try something new. I forgot my line.
Shock.
Mm-hmm.
Hey guys, we just want you to know we really appreciate those of you that hang out to the last bit of this and watch these little tags. So that means a lot to us. That means you watch the whole thing. And by watching the whole thing, you really helped us with our algorithms and YouTube, and it keeps us keeps our numbers up, keeps us going. And that means you probably clicked something down here, which also helps us a ton. Our numbers have been up lately. We hope that's because of these little tags. If it is, give us a comment and a like. Otherwise, make sure you go check out our buddies over at Ho Chi Town and click on something below.
Cheers.